Hello, beloveds. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. It has been a while, right? So that is an applause for all of you who have been looking for my show. And even if you weren't looking for my show, thank you. Applause to you for showing up. This is Fuel Your Soul, and I am Red Sable. This show is also known as Feed Your Mind, Fuel Your Soul, because I believe whatever it is that we think is what truly fuels our soul. So if you are feeding yourself negative thoughts all day, that is really the trick of the enemy. When he keeps telling you things that you are supposedly unable to do because some wicked thought tells you you can't do it, that's the enemy. So we have to replace those thoughts with, I am amazing, I am necessary, I am worthy, and I can do anything I put my mind to. And if you are a believer, then you know that you can do anything with God, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time, your attention, and your energy. It's Soul Refueling Sunday on my station. And what I do on Soul Refueling Sunday is I share what's ever in my heart. Of course, I do that on every show, but I share what's in my heart, whatever is in my mind that I think is going to speak life into the world, because I believe in speaking life-giving words, not negative words that are going to what you already think that's bad. I don't want to be another person to come on and pile on something else that's bad. So I move forward with speaking life-giving words into the ears that are listening to me, because sometimes people are alone and you don't have anybody telling you good, bad, or otherwise about yourself, right? So I try to change the narrative of all of that by speaking life-giving words. I also share what it is that I have been inspired by from service. So for those of you who are faith-driven like I am not religious, I am spiritual, and I am faith-driven. I believe that we feed our faith and starve our fears. And when I do that with the help of God's grace, then I know I can get through anything, because there was a time when I leaned on my own strength, and that wasn't the way to go, because I failed. And it wasn't a bad thing to fail, because we learn from our failures, right? Falls are not failures. They're just a stepping stone to the right place that we need to get to. Except when we get there, we're stronger, because we fell a few times and we got up and we were able to move forward because, again, we got up. And when we got up, we realized that we were stronger than we were before. So today I'm going to share a little bit of what the pastor spoke about when he spoke life-giving words into the audience of thousands, I suppose, because we're all on Zoom, so who knows who shows up when you're on Zoom, right? Or YouTube. We have no idea. Before I move on to that, I do want to say Happy Valentine's Day. I want to say Happy Black History Month and Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm trying to go through all the things that I may have missed. But what I have figured out over the last couple of months that I have not been here was that I truly needed to pause and rest and surrender whatever it was that was weighing me down, because I was burnt out. I was working on this show for almost 4 years without a break. I never took a vacation, a time off, and I never took a seasonal break like some people do. They take their season breaks, and I never did any of that. I just took a day or two here, and then I kept on going. Or I would go from 4 days a week down to 2 days a week, and then thought that was enough. And then I said, nope, that's not enough. So I went down to 1 day a week. I said, okay, well, I'm going to keep my Sundays, and thought that that was enough too. No, I was exhausted. And with the pandemic, family issues, all the stuff that I have to deal with regarding my own personal stuff, and civil unrest, and all of the mess we've been going through with elections, it was a lot. That would have broke down anybody, right? I stood strong, but inside my heart was crying, and my mind was literally screaming. So I had to put a huge pause on it, and I wasn't sleeping well. So that was God's way of saying, daughter, you need to rest. And so I did. But the funny thing about when we are supposed to rest is that we still don't really rest. There are still many things to do. And I am a grandmother of a new baby boy, and he just turned a year in November. So it's not a lot of rest going on, right? So what can you do? But taking a break from having to work on the show as diligently as I did really did help me. And so here I am. So I am going to continue to bring you thought-provoking, enlightening, empowering, raw, real lessons that come from my life and the lives of those that I have learned from, those that are around me. I will also bring interviews, and I'm going to do some other layering of what I wanted to do initially with this show, because of just the different challenges and transformations that happened during my break. I needed to level up a little bit, and with that leveling up, that meant that I learned some new things, took some classes. You know, everything's all about Zoom, right? So I took some classes, and some things were really interesting. Some things I was like, why am I here? And then there was other things that was very heartwarming and pushed some buttons and made you want to get up and get out there and do something, right? And then there was other things that helped me to add on to the growth of who I am becoming and who God created me to be. And I started losing her. I started trying to figure out, where is she? And I started finding more about who I am as I peeled back some more layers and discovered there is some new skin there that I didn't recognize before. I joined some awesome groups with some extremely amazing people. I spent some more time with family as best as I could, because, you know, social distancing and all that good stuff, and the elders, you got to protect them. So yeah, so I did a lot during these last few, I think it was maybe 3 months or so that I was gone, but my mind was always on this show because it's a part of who I am. It is a gift that I've been given by God to speak my truth, to be my authentic self, to never ever dumb down myself because someone else can't stand the light. I learned some new things about myself that was always there that I had forgotten about. I discovered that I have found myself lost in a lot of cases. And I don't know if you ever found yourself kind of repeating the same thing over and over again to the point where it was almost like zombie-like behavior, where you knew exactly what you had to do, but it was done with, I don't know, just no feeling. It was just like, okay, I got to do this thing, so let me just go ahead and do it. And you're not even thinking about it. You're just getting it done. I don't want to approach my life like that. I don't want to be in this situation where I'm like, oh gosh, okay, well, that's it. You're not going to add anything else. There's nothing special going on. There wasn't. There was nothing special. I just felt like a robot repeating the same thing and not feeling like I was being fulfilled or that I was even pouring into my listeners and fulfilling them, because that is the whole point of Fuel Your Soul. If you cannot be fueled by what you get from here, then why? What is the point? What am I trying to do? So I did a lot of soul searching, trying to figure out what exactly is it that I am trying to portray here. And at the end of the day, what I found was that I am bringing you who I am, and I'm making the adjustments, and I'm making things that have become challenging to me, lessons that I have learned, so that I can share those with you. And I hope that it feeds you in some way, that it feeds your mind in some way, that it makes you think a little bit differently, that it doesn't have you confused. But it's thought-provoking, right? And it enlightens you and inspires you to start digging a little deeper within yourself as well, and taking this time that we are in, because we're still on some type of, I don't know, lockdown, as they say. And we're still social distancing, and some places may be opening up, but some places are not. Some of us are still working from home and working harder than ever, but we are still losing ourselves. And some of us are already lost. And so that's why I wanted to just flip things up. So you're going to flip things around and turn them inside out if I have to. So there's going to be some hard, heavy conversations that will be had here, just as I've done before, but there'll be different perspectives from other voices that you will hear as we go on and proceed into this season, and that is what it's going to be. The music will still be, because music is a healer. Anything that is creative, because we are created by God, and God is the ultimate creator. He is the creator of all creators. So therefore, I will continue to share music and my specialty of myself, right? So I hope you're able to do the same. So love, 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 and blessings. Keep rising and soaring. Whatever you do, make sure you continue to do it with love, because love is the thing. Rise as a love revolutionaryist, and we will definitely talk very, very soon. Take care of you. Take care of yours. And we have music coming up and a small segment coming up as well. Thank you. Talk to you in a little bit. Take care.